didn't have any queer friends really. So I wasn't understood by anyone. Um, and my parents certainly didn't understand me either. I can remember being told that as long as I was under their roof, I would not be allowed to express myself, to be the person I knew myself to be. And at every turn, I was, you know, suppressed in my expression, my exploration, in my very identity. And it didn't take too long until I was sent away. Um, for about 2 years, I was sent away to Utah, where I underwent conversion therapy at a residential treatment center.
Conversion therapy is one of those topics that a lot of people don't like to talk about. Not even during Pride Month, we celebrate gender identity and sexual orientation and social movements and discrimination. And people talk about it as if it's something that is not happening anymore, or that only happens in certain countries, that it's like something that is really far from us. But it's happening here in front of us, in our noses. You experienced it. Um, can you just explain what conversion therapy is?
Sure. I mean, yeah, we don't talk enough about, unfortunately, we don't talk enough about the roots of pride, the ongoing disenfranchisement, oppression, and pain felt within this community. And that certainly includes conversion therapy and the troubled teen industry in general. Um, not enough people are talking about that. Conversion therapy is essentially the um, it's a so-called therapy that seeks to alter someone's gender identity or sexual orientation. And of course, that generally means that it's someone who's LGBTQ plus, identifies as queer, um, and being essentially coached, led to alter their gender identity or sexual orientation by any means necessary, or any means that the therapist considers necessary in order to change that. Um, so, identifying as, trans and pansexual, I was essentially told just that, that it wasn't real, it wasn't valid, that it was something that I was using against my family and the people around me. And, you know, that's, uh, that's no way to treat a child, and no way to treat someone who is simply, a bit different than yourself due to, gender identity or sexual orientation. Um, so that's essentially what it is, but it can take many forms. I've heard of shock therapy. I've heard some, very extreme things. Um, and I've undergone some, such as, isolation and, intensive, bullying and abuse through this system, but it can vary very widely. And any type of conversion therapy is harmful.
And like you said, it can take many forms. It can be emotional abuse, it can be physical abuse, it can be electroshocks as well. I've read that somewhere. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was extremely common. You know, I suppose more common in the past century, but still is practiced in some places today. It's not legal. I don't believe it's legal, but it still is practiced. And yeah, it can take many forms: emotional, physical, sexual, even. Um, and there's no proof that it works. I'm in fact proof that it doesn't. I'm still here, alive, identify as queer, and it does immense harm with little promise for good. Um, so I could not, I certainly couldn't vouch for it. I wouldn't know many people that would.